Hello, Libra. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrations by Mark Evans. And for the supportive oracle cards, the Angels Answers oracle cards by Dorian Virtue and Radley Valentine. Now, Libra, relationships, we'll do relationships first, and then we'll do singles second. Alright, now, I got like a crisscross feel here. What seems to be holding the situation back in this situation is you get the Four of Pentacles, which I don't always see as a bad thing, but in this situation there's something not connecting. Because I'm noticing this seems to be matching, seems to be the root. Like something isn't going forward on your side, and your partner has the Five of Pentacles with the Four of Cups for where they're standing. Four of Cups is like not really getting what they want, not getting an offer, not getting, like things may be offered but not what they want, and still feeling like they're kind of missing out. The Five of Pentacles is usually out in the cold, blah, 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 but I feel like it's missing out. They feel like they're missing out and they're not getting the offer they want. I feel like it's more about not getting the offer they want with the Four of Cups. And I don't feel like you're ready to, or in the beginning of the situation, like you're holding back here. There's a change in the relationship? No. What are we talking about? A move? No. Information? Alright, so for some reason, I feel like there's a situation that you're not including your partner in. And you're holding something back and they're feeling like they're on the outs. They're waiting for you to talk to them. Oddly enough, with the Four of Cups, when they're not getting the offer they want, they're not getting the information they want, they know you need to talk, or they want you to talk about something with them, and the Five of Pentacles is telling me that you're not. That's what I'm getting from this. They want you to talk to them and you're not. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're feeling like they're on the outside of the situation. This seems to be what's causing, like this is the root of what's happening, seems to be holding things back. Now, ironically, I'm getting good feelings on your partner's side. I'm feeling there's love there. There's a lot of care there. Whatever the situation is you don't want to talk about, I notice you have the Five of Wands here. You're not really, you're nervous about it, whatever it is, you're just not ready to talk about it, and you're just thinking, you know what, I don't know how this is going to go. You're wondering about the conflicts it's going to cause. There's a lot of concerns and worry here. The Page of Wands is definitely a card of action, usually a follower action, usually a supportive player, but I swear that kid on that card, he just always looks freaked out to me, and I usually, when I do readings for people, it's more of a nervous energy, and a lot of times it's a nervous energy knowing you have to do something, and kind of like a little uneasy about what you have to do. Now, even though that's on your spiritual sense, like you're nervous about what you have to talk about, your partner has the Empress. Your partner cares. They have a lot of caring for you, and they're ready to help you figure this out. And I think part of it might be that whatever's going on in this situation, there's certain parts that you just don't want to get into right now. And you know that if you start talking with your partner, they're going to pull those things right forward. And even though you don't want to talk about them, they're going to force the conversation, and you're going to end up talking about it anyway. I feel like that may be one of the reasons you're kind of holding things back, is because you know your partner is going to get you into a conversation that you're not really wanting to have. But the way they talk and the way they deal with situations, you know it's going to happen. They're going to get you into this little verbal corner, and before you know it, you'll be talking about things you really don't want to talk about, but they're your partner, and I feel like they're not going to back off. It's the type of energy that's looking to help you, and they think making you talk about it is a good thing, I feel like you don't really want to, though. I feel like that's what's happening here. Now, granted, it's a general read, so if this is hitting, that's the energy we're starting with. I do feel like sooner or later you're going to relent, but how far out there are we before that happens is the question. Because I'm noticing you have the moon and the hermit here. Now, the moon makes me feel like there's unfounded worries in this situation. No. Alright, so what do... Well, that's... You're kind of giving me... Alright, let's see. Because now I'm getting images of, like, a dark lit road. Like, a moonlit road, if I dare. And, like, but there's nothing there. And maybe that's what the problem is. You're worried that something... That there really isn't anything that bad going on. But there's possibilities that there could be. And, like, your partner's like this person walking down the road with the flashlight. And there's certain things in the shadows that you're thinking there's really not a problem there, but with your partner there, they're going to shine the light here and there to find out if there is a problem or not. So, and I feel like, especially with the hermit there, like you're going to have to seek out these answers at some point. I feel like it's your partner helping you do that. But I feel like it's, a lot of this situation is, so far it doesn't seem like there's problems, but you're aware of the potential in certain areas, but you're staying away from certain areas because you don't want to delve into it to see if there really is a problem there or not. Because with these certain problems, it's like a very aggressive conflict that could also erupt like that. I feel like there's a nervous energy with these. Like the reason you're not looking down these certain paths is because, like, if there is a problem, like, it's just, once you acknowledge it, it's going to start. And it's going to be something you have to deal with. It's not really something you can just, like, peek at and be like, oh, okay, and then just kind of, like, step back. It's like once you see it, you're involved in it, that type of feel. And you're aware that your partner is going to be like, got the flashlight, let's go. And you'll be like, oh, I don't want to look. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's partly here, like, other people can solve their problems on their own type thing. There's something where there's, like, I don't really feel like I should have to mediate for everybody, but, if it's necessary, I will do it. The situation here feels like it's okay right now, but you're afraid if you look too deeply, it's not as good as it seems. I don't feel like it's your partner, it's just something you're dealing with and your partner wants to help you with. Okay. That being said, the two cards that match your moon and your hermit card here, which I feel like the hermit is you looking at these dark corners and finding out what's really there. You got the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun for your partner, which I only laugh because the Sun is like, could you illuminate shadows any better, but without this, the Sun, like, really illuminating those shadows so you can see exactly what is there. The Ten of Pentacles, your partner is behind you. They're standing behind you, they're standing beside you, they're helping you through. They'll lead you, stand beside you, and stand behind you when necessary. So, like, I feel like they change roles based on the situation, but they're definitely there for you. There's a very strong supportive energy here. The Sun card is, they're definitely helping you. And if you see something that's going to be a bit of a challenge, they are doing what they can to support you or help you through that challenge. They feel very good. I feel like when you do get to that part where you're doing the hermit thing and you're searching out these shadows and you're looking in these dark corners, they're supporting you. They're like, you know what, if something's not good there, I'm there with you. Like, nothing's gonna overcome you because I'm here with you. We're gonna overcome this. I'm gonna help you through this. So there's a very strong supportive energy with your partner. Now, your partner, I feel like they try to balance it out in the beginning, and this is kind of what's also keeping it where it is at the moment, because they're trying to balance out what you want and what's going on. So they're trying to give you a chance to come to terms with whatever you have to do or deal with the situation when you're ready. But I also feel like as this balance is kind of moving forward, like, I feel like the time they're giving you versus what needs to be handled is kind of like balancing out in the sense of, like, the clock's winding down, and I feel like they're pushing it forward that way. Like, we can only hold off for so long, we need to deal with this sooner or later, that type of energy. And you have the Five of Cups here, which means I feel like you're feeling a little forced to deal with something, and you're not really, I just feel like you're not excited about it. You just really don't want to do it. And I feel like this crisscross energy is here again with what's kind of dragging the situation out with what's kind of defining where you are right now, if this makes sense. Like, them giving you time to decide when you want to do things with the clock winding down is just kind of putting a little more stress on you, and you're just really feeling like you don't want to handle it, you don't want to get involved with this, whatever the situation is. Now, there's a lot of different angles here I'm noticing, but also, like, in case it didn't come across in the beginning, the Four of Pentacles is below the Two of Pentacles. This is your partner balancing out, giving you time. This is you just not wanting to move forward. So they're giving you time to do that, but sooner or later, I feel like you do, because what's holding this situation back seems to be holding you both in a stress spot. Your partner feeling like they're left out in the cold. You're not talking. They want you to talk to them. They want you to come towards them. You not wanting to do so. You're just kind of wanting to move on from the situation. But I feel like what happens is it does finally go forward. There's a giving aspect here. The Six of Pentacles, which I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So when this pushes forward, and I feel like this is, I'm not sure who's giving to who, quite frankly. Somebody seems to be getting the ball rolling in a very small way, but it just kind of takes a life of its own, if that makes sense. Like, somebody starts the conversation in a very cordial, comfortable, nice, just when you're ready to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it just kind of, the conversation is created from that, and it just kind of keeps going, and before you know it, it's actually being dealt with. And I'm seeing, like, this other energy of, like, what's helping. With your partner, it's the Nine of Pentacles, and with you, it's the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like your partner is, like, I feel like your partner's being really nice with the Nine of Pentacles. They're telling you how much they appreciate you. This is a very comfortable, happy person. Somebody who's very stable and enjoys what they have. And I feel like the reason this card is here for what's helping with them is that they're telling you how much they appreciate you and how much they love you. And that, certain things just are going to... Their opinion is the situation has to be dealt with. And the sooner the better. It feels like that's the opinion that's coming from this way. But how much they love you and how much they enjoy you in their life. And this is something they want to do with you and they want to help you with. You, on the other hand, have the Page of Pentacles. It's more of a following energy, but it's also very strong and stable. Even though it's like the lowest of the court cards, I get that. But it's definitely a part of the court in the sense of, like, it's dedicated. There's still movement here. I feel like your partner's pushing forward how much they love you and how much they want this to go forward. You're returning that sentiment, and it's like they're pushing the conversation forward, and every time they inch it a little bit forward, you keep pace with it, and you give that much more, and every time they step it a little farther or notch it up a little more, you keep going with it. You follow suit with it. And I feel like this is what's getting this situation to move forward. I also do want to say that I'm not seeing like major problems in the sense of, like, whatever you're dealing with. I feel like your partner's helping you sort this out, and I feel like especially with the Sun card on their side, I feel like there's a lot of debunking in the sense of, like, maybe something you were worried that there might be problems, you're finding out there really aren't. Those problems really aren't there, or at least not in a position where you need to or should be involved with them, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is going to work out. It's just about, it seems like a conversation that needs to be happening that you're kind of avoiding, that your partner's feeling like they want you to come to them. They're feeling like they're left out in the cold a little bit. They're giving you time to decide when you're ready to do things. But sooner or later, I feel like it does happen. I kind of feel like one of you starts the conversation, and it just kind of takes a life from there. It starts very nice, comfortable, passively. But I do know, in the way this is coming through, your partner just kind of, like, they push it to the next level. They inch it forward. They keep inching the conversation forward little by little. And every time, like, they inch it forward a little bit, you meet that, and then they inch it forward a little more, and then you meet that. Before you know it, you're deep in the conversation, figuring things out, going through the whole situation. And I feel like it's not going to be that bad. It doesn't really feel like it's going to be. If this is hitting, it doesn't really feel like it's that bad, especially with the Sun card in your partner's future. Because I feel like they're helping you debunk some problems you were worried about, and they're either supporting you, saying that you shouldn't handle that anyway, that's their ball of wax, that's fine, or that it's not that bad and it's calming your nerves about the whole situation, and you're feeling a lot more comfortable and your partner's a lot happier too. Okay. So that's for Libra relationships. We didn't get any oracle cards with that one, which is interesting. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. I don't force them out. Like, I shuffle them, and then if I feel the need to put them down, I put them down. But if it's not happening, I don't force it. Let's do Libra singles. Libra singles. What do we got for Libra singles? Empowering information for Libra singles to help them move forward in a way that empowers them and makes them happy. Okay. There's a double card. I feel like that last one has to be double too. Now, let's see if we get some oracle cards with this. I have to say, I'm thinking, my first thought when I'm looking at this is your social life is good. The love life might not be exactly where you want it to be, but the social life seems good. Like, you're happy family-wise, friend-wise, whatever that entails to you, whatever you value, however you want that to be. Okay. Alright, so, I'm getting like a combination of 3 cards that seem to be the strongest. The overall energy is the Ten of Cups, which I feel like is a good social sense here. Socially, things seem to be going very well. However you know this person, I feel there's somebody you're interested in. Socially, you get along well. Things seem to click very well. You seem to be very compatible in a social sense. I feel like they enjoy your company. You enjoy their company. But it's very social. I feel like you have a connection. I don't know if you've been dating, really, but you see this person around and you like their company and they like yours too, but it doesn't seem to be going to the next level. Now, even though you enjoy this, there's a very good social sense. I'm noticing in your thoughts you have the Five of Cups, which is missing out on an opportunity, not getting what you want from a situation. The Page of Wands, I feel like this is different for this because I feel like you're afraid you're not going to end up getting what you want here, and you don't know how to make the other person understand that this is a good idea. I'm noticing some energy. I feel like you're trying to keep things moving. I'm getting like an action. Well, I mean, it is the Page of Wands, so the Wands is fire. That's action. I feel like you're continuing on with your interest for this person, but you're worried that sooner or later this door is going to be shut in your face. But there's also another energy here about continuing the interest here is just going to lead to heartbreak at some point. Because I feel like you're not getting closer to this person, but you'd like to, yet you don't want to give up, but you're afraid to not give up because you're kind of going towards this, like this could end up in heartbreak because you're not getting the response from this other person that you would like. Is there anything else with this card? I feel like it's trying to explain where you're standing. This card, like, I'm trying not to go there, but always with this card, I get a freaked out energy. And I feel like that is what they want to say with this. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of a panic because you're not seeing this situation go forward and you're feeling like this person's a really good match for you and that you're really good for them as well. And I feel like there's an upset, like panic, like how do I get this to go forward? Like this train's going to leave the station and I'm not going to be on it type feel. What I'm noticing there's something else with this situation. There is the Nine of Swords at the bottom. The root of this situation is restriction. I'm getting restriction with this, which means especially with the past having the Four of Pentacles, somebody's holding back and somebody's feeling... I feel like you're restricted, but the other person seems to be holding back. All right, so you're restricted, but the other person seems to be holding back. But the question is why? What are they hiding? So, when I get into the environment, I have this. I have the Page of Pentacles, but the Page of Pentacles is directly over another card, which is the Five of Swords, which I feel like there's a lot coming at them. There's a lot to be dealt with, and they're not... There's things going on, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I feel like even though you get along in a social sense, and I feel like there's a lot of talking, I feel like there's certain things that you don't know about this person. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I feel like this card is what's keeping you from them. I don't even know if it's confusion. I just feel like there's a lot. Like when I get the Five of Swords, like if you see the fairies like going down towards the dragonfly with those 5 swords pointed right at the dragonfly, it's like this person is that dragonfly. And there's all this coming right to them, and they have to handle it. As it comes to them, they have to handle it. They have to stay on point. When they have time to have fun, they detach from it as they can. I almost feel like they might be dealing with things like texts or things like that maybe when they're in a social sense, but they keep it still very private what they're handling. But this is, I'm noticing it's completely eclipsed by the Page of Pentacles, which means I feel like you might have a little inkling that they're dealing with a few things, but they're not. I feel like they're just treating it like it's same old, like there's the things they have to do. This is just how life is. And I feel like it's that attitude towards it keeps you from realizing there's a lot going on in this person's life. Now, this next card that's also in the environment is actually a good thing, even though at first blush you may not realize it. It is a no, but it's the passive no. There's 2 no's in this deck. There's one with exclamation and one without. The one without is more of a passive, which can be a no for now. And I'm getting like this person is in the no for now category because of that Five of Swords that you're not aware of. I feel like you're really not aware of it. At least not to the level that it's affecting this person. You're not aware of it. That is what's holding things back. I'm actually going to jump to the end here because I'm noticing this card, not the right time. They're not going to go forward with a relationship right now because they're dealing with other things. I feel like this person might take a hiatus from your life in the sense of you might not see them for a while. Because you got the Six of Swords with the Devil card. But I'm also getting, what's trumping it is the not the right time. So they might exit your life for a little while. And the shadow side, which is also the Devil card usually in most decks, I feel like you're very upset about that. And you're feeling it, the reason you're not seeing them anymore is because they have no interest. Or like you've lost any chance of being with this person. You might feel that. But I'm getting like with that not the right time, like right now they're just stepping away. Because you got the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands here. Like there's a lot of burdens here. And I feel like you're starting to feel the burden of trying to get something to start with this person and it's not happening. You're also, you got the 8 of Cups and the Moon card here. You want this to happen. You're wishing kind of on a star. But the Moon card is saying you're not seeing what's really happening behind the scenes. There's things this person is not sharing, and they just don't want to. The Four of Pentacles in the past seems like this has probably been going on for a while. They don't want to share what's going on. And I feel like the fact that you don't know exactly what's happening it's hard for you to realize that, you know, there's a reason that they're not willing to move forward. They're not willing to divulge things. And I feel like it's a little confusing for you because socially you seem to get along extremely well, and I do feel like that is real. But what's going on in their life is trumping what's going on, and they're just, it's a no for now. They're just not willing to move forward for now. I almost feel like I went backwards through this reading for whatever reason. But it's a no for now. I feel like that's the big thing that needs to come through at this point. It's just a no for now. It doesn't mean a no forever, but I do feel like this person, even though you're interested now, you get along well in a social sense, you're hoping you'd like things to go forward, but you're not seeing what's really going on. And I feel like the stress of the situation is really, like, I feel like it's more confusing, like why this person isn't interested or why this person's not willing to go on a date or whatever it is you want to do, I feel like you're confused. Like, how come we get along so well and there seems to be an attraction, yet this person won't give me a chance? Like, why is this happening? And the stress of it just seems to be. I feel like this is you. Like, you're stressed about it, but you still stay in contact with this person until like something happens, and I feel like you're not seeing them. Like, for you, you're willing to keep the stress going because you're like waiting for the time. You're like, if I just hold out long enough, like I just need my one chance, and I'm sure this can work out. But for some reason, like the Six of Swords pops in here, and I feel like it's them stepping back from you. But it's like it's a cold cut. Like, it's completely like you don't know why they're out. You're just not seeing them anymore, and that shadow side pops in there, and you're very unhappy about it. And you're feeling like opportunity has been lost. When they step back the way they do, you're feeling like opportunity is lost. But I'm getting from the Oracle cards here that it's just not now. Whatever's going on right now puts this on delay, and it should come back around later. Later is subjective, but whatever's going on now has been going on for a while. While this is going on and they're not sharing it, you're not going to get an opportunity to be in their life. Okay. I feel like that kind of sums that up. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helped. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.